Well, I've had a busy few hours in the garden, and I'll just give you an update of things that we're doing. So these are all Sunshine 100, and I think, a couple of honeydew melons, and I think some Cherokee purple. So they're all going to the food shelter for anybody else that wants to grow them. But what I have done is I have repotted my hydrangeas, which I've been waiting for like forever. I'm embarrassed to say when I bought these, and I haven't found them a home yet, and today I've repotted them. So there's those two there, and there is these two here. I've got another one on the baths over there. I've also put in the Sunshine 100 tomatoes, which are a small determinate bush of tomatoes. They do grow quite big, but I've just chucked them in some soil. As you can see, there's actually 4 plants in there, so that will be massively interesting later. And there's a whole swag of them in here as well. So there's more tomatoes there. Those are also Sunshine 100s. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. There's only so many yellow cherry tomatoes you can eat. Oh, and guess what? We have some more in there. We'll just leave them there for now. So over here, this is my other hydrangea, which I bought, let it almost die, and hopefully it will come back. I've put some honeydew melons in here. I've always tried to make these climb over the bath, so we'll see what happens. This is where the slugs are living, and would you believe I planted a little bit of lettuce, and look at that. That has just been sat on the bath overnight and it's been munched. So I've put them in here. We'll just see how this one goes in here. Over here I've planted another couple of honeydew melons. So everything, if it gets going in these baths, it's going to be huge. I trimmed up these flowers a little bit too. And I like to let my lettuce go to seed, and then I get a whole heap more next season. I've still got all the beefsteak tomatoes to plant in here somewhere. I have to make another bed and give some of those away as well. Another lettuce tree. They're quite interesting lettuce trees. Look at all that when they get the flowers off the side, they look quite good. And Emily's courgette plant is doing quite well for her. She doesn't let them get very big, which is kind of okay. The butternut squash that I put in here, and also I planted some heirloom pumpkins, which are, I think I've got 2 that survived out of the plants. I put 6 in there, and I've got 4 butternut squash. I think that's Doc in the middle there, over there. So I have taken off the nets because the roosters have now gone, and I have tied up the beans. We're getting some beans coming on these plants. Look, I've got some. These are dwarf beans. So we've got some dwarf beans coming, and also somewhere in here there is a different style of bean. I can't remember what it's called. I've given the sunflowers some stakes to hold themselves up. See what happens with those tomatoes. Cat sticking in the middle there. It's a nuisance. Oh, you needed a stake, didn't you? I didn't give you a stake. Self-seeded tomatoes growing really well, and some nasturtiums growing really well. The beetroot, next crop of beetroot is coming through nicely, and I've got some. I'm really good at forgetting what I plant, the labels either wear off. So I think it's melons. I've got honeydew melons in here. We'll find out, won't we, later, if it ends up being pumpkins. These strawberries are doing fine. I tied my sunflowers up, so we're getting a bit blown. No, you didn't get a stake, did you? And over here we've got, I was so sure I'd bought normal sunflowers, but it seems like they're dwarf sunflowers, so never mind. And we've got some more beans coming through here. Oh, I didn't tie you up either, did I? So some of them need to have a bit more of a tie-up. Just that's what life is. So yeah, but over here, the official planting of tomatoes has started, and it's over here. So this is the Cherokee purple in here, and I've got 8 plants in here, and they get absolutely massive. This whole thing will just become a big jungle of tomatoes if I don't keep on top of it. We'll see what happens. And I bought these because the slugs had eaten mine. These are watermelons. So I've just opened this straw a bit, and hopefully they will give me. I loved my watermelons last year, we had heaps. And this bed I'm going to pull up, didn't get round to finishing it today, but I'm going to pull up the potatoes that are finished and put in here the other tomatoes, the beefsteak tomatoes. So Cherokee purples are a bit like a beefsteak, but they're a beautiful purple, big purple tomato, and really sweet. They're really lovely, but they can be a bit tricky to grow. And then over here we have just the normal things. I must plant this spring onions. Another job to do later. So that is the little bit of a trip round what's happening in the garden. And I'm not sure what's happened there. I think somebody has been digging. But my kumara seem to be doing all fine. Catch you later.